Yo, Houston, wake up. 34 Rockit. We're blasting off from the launch pad, coming to you live through the Storybook community. Storybook, if you haven't heard from us, look us up. It's we're connecting families with friends and communities through positive networks, one story at a time. You can answer any of the questions here for the Rockit Recovery Corner. If you have questions for me, please send them to Facebook, Twitter, #Storybook. All right, I want to talk to you today a little bit about his integrity, and if you even understand what that word means, and that, I didn't. For a long time, although my father did very well in teaching it to me, I just chose not to listen. I go by, if I say it, I should do it. If it isn't mine, don't take it, don't touch it. And if it isn't true, don't say it. And if I do, make it right as quickly as possible by correcting it if possible. And so, I'm quite loyal and keep friends pretty much for life. And I can't remember oh yeah, I can, that's not true. But I'll try not to remember the last time that I actually made an enemy and stick with the thousands of friends I've made since then. And it's been a direct result of being able to change my perspective on things, to be able to say what I mean and mean what I say, and then follow through with the actions and accountability, integrity, kind of like that. It's very difficult at first. Some people never get the hang of it, and those are just the folks that I just don't choose to have in my inner circle. You need to be able to do what you say you're going to do, and if not, be able to at least work on it. Because I understand that it's not something that we were all taught as kids. Although for me it was, and I just knew it was wrong, and I just did wrong anyway. And then as addiction took off, that just got worse and worse till everything that ever came out of my mouth just wasn't true. It was a lie. And it took me getting locked up, bunch of rehabs, bunch of 5-gallon bucket of Desire chips, and then finally I think I just got beat into a state of reasonableness to where I knew if I was going to lie, I was going to drink. It's kind of like that now. If I know something, and it's like I know the difference now between what it feels like the way I was and have a clean slate inside when I wake up every day now. And if there is anything from the previous day, I look at it right away in the morning as I open up my textbook and I read out of the textbook of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's designed for living. It really works. I'm not promoting that, but it works. It worked for me when a bunch of other things didn't. So I open that up to a page, and as well as some other spiritual readings. And every day I look at it and I see, have I been that way with myself, with my God, with the people about me? And then I go out into the community and I try to find good and try to do good. And sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. It mostly depends on me and how I'm willing or not willing to serve. Be that here at the Storybook community, out there on the streets, helping an old lady across the, it's just it's something that I think is lost in the world of technology, in that we can instantly just send something to somebody. You don't have to look somebody in the eyes as often and say, hey, I'm going to do this thing, man, and it's important, and it's what I'm about, and it's who I am. My father taught me that, and I don't know if this last generation, if technology took some of that from us or not, because I'm here to bridge the gap between the two. As long as there's a bridge between the two ages, then I think humanity will do fine. But without guys like me to bridge the gap, for guys like Daniel, who's my partner, and then friends that have 40 and 50 years that they've already lived, and then that many more, well, that's a little more, yes, 30, 40 years sober, and 20 or 30, not, and their whole lives have been good and recovered. And, I think that everybody can connect if they're willing to try. I think that's a big part, is that everybody just says, oh, this group's over here, this group's over there. Isn't that how all the extra groups got started anyway? It's like, the AA didn't like the crackheads and the drug addicts, so they made them make NA, and then AA didn't like something and they made them go do food and gambling. I think there's like 800 programs now. So, the point is that that textbook that I read out of it works. And, what it does is it tells me to relieve myself of the bondage that is me.